first time I met Carina, I was in Australia, in Melbourne, and my father and my oldest brother and I went out to play tennis on what we thought were public courts, but as it turned out, it was a club, so we were asked to leave.
My father just said that there were our visitors to the club, so I'm sure they were a bit surprised to hear my dad say, well, you know, they're with us, when they didn't even know who we were. And then they started talking, and then they were invited to dinner, and they came over for dinner. Stephen and I were only young then, so there wasn't any, you know, attraction, if you like.
After that, we corresponded for a little while, but we lost touch, just the distance, and we're in high school, and you know, it's a very hectic time, I guess.
I tried to write a couple of times, but I never got any response.
In 1991, after I graduated from college, my parents, as a gift for graduating, sent me back to Australia. So when I arrived, I tried to look her up. I tried the different names and called people, and I looked around for quite a while and didn't have much luck.
In 1994, his parents visited Australia because they have relatives in Melbourne, and they tried to get in contact with my family. And I think the day before they were actually leaving, they got our phone number.
They invited Carina over for dinner, and she came over and just really had a chat and caught up and started looking through photos that my mom had brought, and maybe that, I don't know, sparked an interest.
And I asked his mother if he had a girlfriend, and she said yes. And I said, oh, okay. And then as I walked outside, I actually asked his father for his phone number. And then I said to him that if he allowed Stephen to get married before I had met him, that I was going to hold him responsible. And
he gave her my phone number and said that, well, don't call him now because it's 2 in the morning or whatever it was, but the phone rang anyhow. And she asked for me, you know, I said, this is he, and she said, do you know who this is? And I thought for a second, I knew straight away, I said, it's Carina.
And I was shocked. I was like, wow, he's got a good memory. And he really gave me the cold shoulder. He didn't really talk to me much. He just said, oh, okay, yeah, all right. So I just forgot about him. And then the next night, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I picked up the phone, and it was Steve. So we started talking, and it was once a week, and then once every so many days, and after a few months, it was every day, twice a day. We were on the phone for, 2 hours at a time. We had very, intense conversations that, we could really delve into each other's backgrounds, and I spent a lot of time learning about what Carina had done for years and years when I hadn't seen her, and vice versa. It finally got to the point where she said, look, why don't you come down if you have a chance to come down and visit? When I was driving to the airport, I just thought, what am I doing? And my parents are going to kill me. They didn't even know this story. I mean, I just said, oh, remember those friends that we had a long time ago and you invited them to play tennis? Well, one of the guys is coming to visit. The trip when I was going to actually see Carina again for the first time in 9 years had to be, was easily the longest. It was very long. The anticipation was horrible. When I first saw him at the airport, I just thought, he's really cute. When I saw Carina in the background, she was just standing there patiently waiting, and I thought that she was just absolutely, phenomenal. I liked him a lot. And he was really, very interesting. And obviously I was attracted to him. So then it just grew from, wow, he's really cute, to, oh my God, I'm in love with him. And he lives on the other side of the world too. If I made a list of all the things that I wanted to have in a person or a partner, that she fulfilled that criteria, there's nothing that I'd add or take away. I live near the beach in Melbourne, and we went for a drive to St Kilda Beach, it's called. She had mentioned that she could easily spend the rest of her life with me, so she dropped the all-time hint. And I think it was a subliminal message which was in the back of my mind the next day. But it just occurred to me, it just seemed right. We're driving along, we pulled over on the side of the road and parked. And I said, I want to ask you a question. And she just turned and looked at me, and she was driving. And she said, what? And I said, would you marry me? And I said, yes. So it was like, all right, 3 days, we're engaged now. So we kind of just sat there for a few minutes and looked at each other and thought, okay, well, what do we do now? After those 3 days, things started to get very complicated. We just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. We didn't know. I just came back and I thought, okay, well, I'm back here now and you're there. So the phone call started again. Because then you're engaged, and then you have to think about where you're going to live. If one of us didn't move, it wasn't going to work. And Carina was in law school, so I had a bit more flexibility, so I decided to go. It's difficult to have a normal relationship for a start. And when you have issues such as, you know, where you live in different countries and you're from different cultures and your family don't even speak the same language, everything gets complicated.
Carina's from Argentina originally, but then moved to Australia when she was about 12. And I'm from Washington, D.C., which is a very multicultural place. And so we're both quite used to different backgrounds and cultural habits and what have you, so we adjusted fine. I'm
very lucky because not everybody gets to find their soulmate.
The love that we feel for each other, and we've talked about this quite a bit, has just grown and grown and grown each day.
He's my best friend, and I can just imagine us growing old together, which is the best thing.
My oldest brother always played tennis, and he was quite good. When we went to Australia in '86, we were just playing, and my brother was training because he was still playing relatively seriously.
We play tennis together, and he's very naughty about this tennis. Oh yeah, you can't handle me from the back, so you come at the front. Ah, losers!
You go to the tennis court and you see couples playing tennis and they're bantering back and forth and sipping on lemonade between games, and the two of us go out, you know, playing quite aggressively and smashing the ball back and forth.
Yes! Yes!
Enough?
Yep, not enough.
I was born in the house that my parents are still living in. Everything has always been done in this house, and especially in our backyard. And so it was very important to my parents and to myself as well to have something from the wedding tied into our home. My mother asked if it would be okay to have the rehearsal dinner at our home, and because we're going to have a rather large one, there are a lot of people from out of town, we're going to have a lawn party. So I'm looking forward to that.
For hors d'oeuvre, we're going to have samosas. I don't know if you're familiar with samosas. It's a triangular pastry with a meat and vegetable filling. And then you eat it with a tomato chutney, which I've already prepared. If you like spicy food, it's very nice. We call it Indian soul food. This is where Stephen grew up, and we practically live in our garden. And I think it's much more informal, and people can relax, whereas if you go to a restaurant, everything is so stiff and starchy.
Well, we've got to go. It's 11:20. If Pete's going to make
I'm
it.
right. I'm
Ready?
ready to go whenever you are.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I've always enjoyed taking people and showing them around Washington because it's a very beautiful city and there's a lot to see. There's a lot of monuments to see and a lot of things to do, and I think it's important for people to know where I grew up and to see the actual city for what it is.
We don't have squirrels in Australia, so this is something quite unique for us to see.
We have 5 or 6 people coming from Australia. We have probably 10 people coming from Canada, and then there's folks coming from all over the states.
Yep. The other side. And you actually have link. 1, 2.
Thank you.
Normally you should open with a prayer, and I'll do that because we're going to need it. Lord, send your Holy Spirit upon this group.
The service is going to be quite interesting, actually, because there's going to be certain sections that are bilingual. Carina's family is from Argentina. We've always said that we're going to have a very culturally diverse family, at least our kids, because my family background is all over the place and hers is as well. So we counted 13 nationalities between the two of us.
Mm-hmm. You lift the veil. Maybe you better lift the veil before you take his head.
¿Me levantas la cosa?
Si quiere besarle, ahora.
Tienes que levantar la cosa y después darme un beso si quieres.
Te di la mano.
We're having 2 weddings. We're having a wedding in the US on the 4th of July and another one on the 30th of July in Australia. And the reason why we decided to get married in the States first was because Stephen was baptized at his church, and that means a lot to him. And the reason why we're having a wedding over there is because my family has a lot of very close friends, and my brothers are over there that are not able to make it here.
Carina's parents and I get along wonderfully, actually.
Our whole family is very close. Very crazy. Very close, but very crazy. My attitude towards life is that you have to be happy and that you have to have, I laugh a lot. My family laughs a lot.
It's worked out really well, and having them in the house the past week has been great because the families have been able to get together and actually spend some time together.
Gentlemen, too evil.
So how are you feeling?
Tired, but good. Just we're almost there. Just till, well, we probably have about 15 hours.
15 hours. I'm exhausted.
Well, 15 more hours after 3.5 years. That's all right. So want to marry me? Yeah?
Yeah. I was going to call Steve this morning, but then I thought, nah, I won't be a wimp. So I got my shoes, my stockings, my knickers, my gaiter, my skirt, my top, my diamonds, my veil, put makeup on. It's only going to be my parents and my sister here from my side. Actually, a cousin of mine is coming from Miami, but then that's it. I haven't seen him for a long time, so I'm very excited. Oh, hi.
¿Cómo andas, bichito? ¿Viste que vine, loquita? ¿Eh? ¿Cómo estás? No te vas a poner a llorar, ¿eh?
Oh, Mom, what did you do this for? Qué lindo estás.
¿Sí?
This is my cousin. Hi.
Yeah.
How are you,
How are
Adnan?
you?
Good.
Bien.
Yeah,
Dale.
he's so cute. He's my favorite cousin.
He's adorable.
Isn't he cute?
And then when we go over to the hotel room, we have to get out of the shower because it's going to get steamy. Well, bath. I'll take the big curling iron over it and we'll make it a little fuller. And maybe I'll go through and I'll tease a little bit.
All right, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
You like?
Yeah. Cute, isn't it? My cousin is here. I have one relative.
Man. Well, the limo's here in about 25 minutes. Check him out.
This is incredible, man. That's a big. We paid insurance on him, right?
Good thing.
Cut it in the back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, cut it. That's what I'm
Everyone's
saying.
laughing. I'm serious.
That's what I just said. You know?
Turn it red.
Right?
It got out the sink.
I was just about to say, you were saying. You can take my buttons because I'll have the vest on. That's cool. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't need that.
No, that's for me. I need you to put it on.
Oh.
That's it.
No, just that one. I can get the others.
So yeah, no vessel, cummerbund, no nothing.
Take two of those.
That's tight. That's not bad. That's pretty tight. That's good.
Is that the new one?
No.
I was about to say.
He's like,
They're going from bad to worse, bro.
Steve, stick your hand out like this. Not shaking it. Let's see. Wait. A little shake there. Having second thoughts? You having second thoughts yet? Or?
I'm shaking that straight fatigue.
Huh?
No second thoughts.
I could keep the car running out back if you want.
I have two older brothers, and I'd say we're very close. Two of them will be my best men, and then I have three groomsmen, which is two of my best friends from when I was little, and a cousin of mine who came up from Australia. Yeah.
My maid of honor is my best friend, my sister, Lorena. And she actually came from London and left her fiance in Europe to be with us.
Let me get a picture. Wait.
Dude, Dave, it's 25 after. We're supposed to leave 10 minutes ago.
One picture.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
There you go.
I'm the one that's going to catch it later.
Cheese. Ready?
Are they coming out? They're going to follow us. So. Let's get in here. One, two.
This is so pretty. I love this.
I've seen heaps of wedding gowns, but none of it really completed me. I picked my own design, and the colour and the material. The lady that made it, made my dress with so much love and dedication that every detail in my dress, it's very particular. So when I wear it, it feels great.
That's yours. That's green.
You look gorgeous. Carina.
Wow. Oh God, you look stunning. Oh, she looks so beautiful.
I feel like royalty today. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just hop out.
All right. You all set?
You're more nervous than I am.
I'm a little nervous. And this is the easy part. The hard part comes later on. It'll be fun.
Hold on to my shoulders and pull stuff up. That's good. Hold on. Put the barrel over.
Poor guy. Who's got the smelling salts?
Stay there, but who's got the rings?
That's a good question. What are we supposed to do here?
You can't mess a wedding up.
You do it.
I can do this as long as you don't
Do you want
break
me to
down.
necklace around?
Like a tennis match. I have to concentrate.
Baby steps. All right, let's go. All right. Come on. Oh, yeah. He's doing good.
We have come together in the presence of God to witness and bless the joining together of this man and this woman in holy matrimony. In the name of God.
In the name of God.
I, Stephen, take you, Carina.
I, Stephen, take you, Carina.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Until we are parted by death.
Until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Carina, I give you this ring.
Carina, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my vow.
As a symbol of my vow.
And with all that I am.
And with all that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son.
And of the Son.
And of the Holy Spirit.
And of the Holy Spirit.
Stephen, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my vow.
As a symbol of my vow.
And with all that I am.
And for all that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son.
And of the Son.
And of the Holy Spirit.
And of the Holy Spirit.
Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Peace of the Lord be always with you. The peace of the Lord be always with you. Say to her.
Peace of the Lord be always with you.
And also with you.
And also with you.
I'll pass it on. Don't close up the gap.
I'm married.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Mark Hall.
Everything's been so amazing since we've met, and we've been planning for this for the last 3 years now, and I think the achievement that we will get by doing this will be just the best.
To my new family, para mi nueva familia, bienvenidos a mi casa. Carina es tu hija para siempre. Y la amo para siempre. Gracias.
Thanks.
Te amo.
I can't believe we're married. We're
I know, I
married.
finally get to wear some jewelry.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Mm.
That hasn't hit me yet, I think. I'm Mrs. Hall now.
That's right.
Thank you.
And when the spark of youth someday surrenders, I will have your hand to see me